they're off to another great episode of the boys.
Yeah, I have a second taco to eat, so let's kind of speed through this so I can get to that because I'd prefer to eat it while it's still like a little warm.
Why don't you just eat it now?
You're
not
no, I don't want to.
CNN. You can eat it.
No. Let's just like rush through this and then I'll eat the taco after.
Why is that the first vibe you're throwing out at the beginning of the podcast? Let's rush through it.
Let's hurry.
It's like,
I'm not saying let's do a bad job, but let's just hurry and do it as fast as we can.
I'm not saying I care more about the taco than this podcast, but
also, how do you hurry through a podcast?
Just a quick hour.
Hurry through it. Let's get done in a quick hour. And
we got to shove an hour's worth of conversation into 30 minutes.
Into an hour. How are we going to do that?
We're off to a good start, I say.
By putting it into an hour.
We're off to a good start, I'll say.
Nice.
I think we're off to a good start.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Remember who's Cedric Potter? Is that your boyfriend? Moaning in your sleep.
Yeah.
Don't kill Cedric. Who's that, Potter? Is that your boyfriend?
Do it.
I remember saying that at in Latin class.
Don't kill Cedric.
Don't kill Cedric.
That kid got open air roasted more than fucking anyone else in the face of the earth.
He was a public park grill. He was just like, all right, what are we roasting today? What are we roasting today? I've never seen a kid. It's like equal parts he didn't deserve and equal parts he totally deserved every bit of it.
Absolutely.
It's a coin flip on that one.
Yeah.
Because there was a point where it was just like, God, what is this kid doing to deserve it? And then he started owning it, but in like the worst way. And then you were just like, oh, yeah, no, now we got to just pile it on.
It's like, yeah, I'm Harry Potter.
It's like, oh, see.
I'm Harry Potter. We had a kid in our class, and I'm going to bleep out his name, obviously, but when I said it, he looked exactly like Harry Potter from the beginning. And wasn't he there in like 7th grade at the beginning?
Yeah, he was like a little late. It was like
or like second semester, 6th or 7th grade. He shows up, and yeah, just an annoying fucking kid.
Just like rat. Just a rat.
Looked like Harry Potter if he like had like dehydrated skin and like disgusting greasy hair, basically.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was
bushels of disgusting hair.
But yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Nice
we talked about this on the pod before. But when him and you know the other guy, I'm not going to say. We've said both their names on an early episode. I think Tony and I probably talked about this within the first 5 episodes. But when he and Shark Boy like we're gonna fight, remember?
Oh my God.
Shark Boy, they were gonna fight.
Yeah, when Shark Boy and Harry Potter were fighting,
and they were like photoshopping posters for it of like Harry Potter fighting a shark.
Oh yeah, that was some serious business,
bro. He looked like a shark so hard.
Like, oh my God,
and he
was and he was on the swim team. It was just a perfect.
Come on, right?
It was a perfect caricature,
right? He's like.
He was like the best on the swim team too. That was the funniest part. Is he was just also the fastest.
He was a human fish.
He's a human shark.
That school was so brutal. Like if you like were anything other than just like a chiseled like rich white kid, then even then you could get roasted. I guess, but like,
I remember some kid on the lacrosse team being. I probably said this on here before, but kid on the lacrosse team be like. Dude, I'm sorry. Just like freckles are not attractive, and I'm sorry. No one will ever find you attractive.
Have love.
And no one will ever find you attractive. They're just not attractive. God. I'm sorry. Like said in the most like heartbreakingly matter of fact, undramatic
like he's trying
way.
To help you.
Yeah, literally. Like he's trying. Like I'm sorry, dude. Like just freckles.
Better off knowing now.
Someone should tell you now.
Yeah.
Who told you this?
I don't know. Some kid. I think they were a year younger than us when we were in middle school, and it was like this. It was like this very kind of skinny blonde boy.
That was the
kid.
That was the wild thing. Is that like the kids a year directly above us were never like poignant enough with their insults to actually get you, but like the kids below us, like. had some snaps.
Yeah.
Like they were just.
Well, the kids
on
above
some
us
bullshit.
were a bunch of fucking losers. Like the kids above us were absolute burnout losers who do nothing. Like only a couple of them really do anything in life.
My most vivid memory of them is walking down the 7th grade hallway, and the 8th grade hallways at the end, because that's where it loops around, and they're just lining the hallways there, and like one of the nerdy kids in the grade is trying to walk past, and they're all spanking him as he walks past, just like a aisle of like 30 dudes on each side. Just
that's the gayest thing I've ever heard.
That's so straight.
Yeah,
that's just like
such a heterosexual act.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the other thing about the class of 2012 is that like hairlines are rough these days. Like they were fighting their hairlines before they graduated.
You were ugly, stupid, unathletic. That was the other thing, is like watching their class not even be able to like carry the football to 10 yards. Like they had the worst football team, and all of them were on the football team.
So they were the most beta class.
They were the worst. They
2012.
shitted on us for no reason. They were the most like bitter, losery ass class. I couldn't even live in film class. I mean, there was like 6 of the kids that knew me or like were in my house, and like just brutal, bro, every day. But I didn't really care, because I'm like, all you guys are fucking burnout losers, and like you're giving me so much like drive by being losers, by being assholes.
Yeah, it was like they were the kids that were just like, when like you would make a YouTube video, or like if you just had a hobby that focused on the internet, they were just like, okay, yeah, sure. Like they just were like,
yeah,
just like, yeah, you have a
they're
YouTube
like Guitar
channel?
Hero on YouTube. What are you, fucking gay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make 100K a year doing that. Or like
yeah, right. It's just like, yeah, had I kept doing that, it's like the top 3 fucking Guitar Hero people, like, are just like, people meme on them now, and they're just like, well, here I'm living in my house that I bought playing guitar.
Yeah, no, you could have done that for sure, probably. Like you were glad I didn't. Guitar and drums, right?
Yeah, but I mean, who would have saw that coming?
Real life drums, Tony.
Not in real life. On the more important,
the more important plastic ones. The ones where the game series died so hard when they tried to bring it back, everyone said no.
But it's like still around though, right? It's just like got a very like I don't know, like a plateau, like a steady plateau of like not being hyper popular, but like it's got a base of users, right?
From what it was, it's like it's gone, man.
Well, that's like I'm thinking of like this is probably a smaller scale, but like Fall Guys, how that was literally like the biggest shit in the world for like 2 weeks. And now that's obviously fallen off, but it's got like a user base, right?
Well, the barrier of entry for like being a Guitar Hero person is so fucking high, because like you have to be like too good, like entirely too good at that game, to where it's just like you're just watching a wall of shit happen, and you're just like,
right.
And you have to be perfect, and yeah, it was like that. Is like once there was like a distinct threshold in like the mid 2000s, late 2009, 2010, 2011 was when I was just like, all right, there's no reason to be this good at this game. I was like, there's just no reason for it. And then of course,
to invest that much time.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like I was doing the live streaming thing, I was doing the posting to YouTube thing. It's like I was doing the thing that's really popular now, like in 2006 to 2009. And I was just like, I don't want to do this full time. I don't want to do this. I don't want to keep doing this.
That's
hey Tony, shut the fuck up real quick.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be so rude, but I forgot something.
You did.
What did you forget?
I forgot to introduce the podcast.
Stings.
I'm sorry.
That burns my ass.
That burns my ass. Ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday, August 2nd, 2021. Welcome to another episode of Woke and Boke. Boom. I love doing that, honestly. I love dropping that in every time, because why not?
That's powerful.
I have it, so just drop it in.
Just drop
Episode 96, to be exact. We're very close to 100. I am your host, Connor Boyd. How's it going? Welcome. You may know me from TikTok. You may know me from the internet. Doesn't fucking matter. Don't be weird. Let's be chill. Welcome. As always, I'm joined by my best friends from the great gateway to the west, St. Louis, Missouri. First of all, we have one Mr. Monsignor Max Senza on the show today. Max, how are you, pal?
How's it going? Sorry, I was trying to find like a
TM.
I'm like what would be like a high school
no,
like,
I think the
photo
first one
pose.
was pretty strong. I liked it. Yeah, because it shows off your Oni or whatever tattoo. The sick Oni Baba.
The Vin Diesel pose.
It's the Pawn Stars
Mr. Clean.
pose. Right. A lot of arm crossers in our culture.
Yeah.
We're also joined by the toniest man that ever lived. One Mr. Tony Harrow is also here today on the podcast. Welcome, Boke. Tony, how are you?
Yo, what is up? I'm well.
Wow. What's popping?
What is happening?
Fucking
what are you
what's
watching?
up?
What is up, oatmeal enthusiasts?
Oatmeal enthusiast. Do you take it apple cinnamon? Is that the vibe?
I just do the plain old 1 minute with a full banana sliced up in it and a little scoop of brown sugar.
Nice.
That's pretty good, Tom.
That's what I have every morning.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
That's what I have every morning. Yeah.
Chris Cornell, everybody.
Joe, too,
every week
course.
we do this. We sit around and
Just
smoke
kind of
pot.
Smoke that kush weed.
And we talk about whatever, movies, music, current events, you know what I mean? Manga, anime, joke humor.
joke humor,
Whatever
humor,
it might
poopy
be.
humor.
speech.
We chat about it and we talk about it. And there's what it is.
Fire.
It's fire.
It's
When you're under fire.
Under fire.
When you're under
Inside
fire. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, it's this. And we're back. Subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Spotify if you're not already doing so. We also, but first, let me just say about that. If you're listening, I don't know how many people are listening, but it's more than the amount of people that subscribe. And so that makes me sit here and go, well, it would be great if some of them did subscribe. There's this website called YouTube. We're on it, right? Maybe you're listening to this on Spotify. Maybe you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, whatever, right? We love you. Right? We're fam. Do us a favor. Go to the YouTube. Just Woke and Boke. It's also in the link of this. Well, probably not in the link of this podcast if you're listening on Spotify. But whatever. Go subscribe to us. We'd appreciate it. Just Woke and Boke. It's and I edit these every week. They're good.
They are.
They're
good.
They're good.
Quantifiably.
They have nice intros and editing. Anyways,
We try really hard.
I tried really hard.
We made it, so that means it's good.
It has value.
Yeah, I made it, so I'm entitled to an audience.
Exactly.
And your attention.
Exactly.
And
I
time
made
and
something, and therefore people have to like it.
Yes. Because I made it,
Because I made it.
and you didn't.
And you didn't.
And you never could.
And you never could. Also follow us on Twitter at Welcome Boke Pod and Instagram at Welcome Boke Podcast to get updates on the podcast every week and reach out to our Gmail, welcomebokepodcast@gmail.com. With your questions, comments, and suggestions, we will read them on the show, and links to all of these are listed in the show description. And as usual, this reminds me that we have an email, and I should look at it. But
Just
we'll
sorry
save that for later.
no.
Welcome, fellas. Another
What's
app.
going on?
We're close to honey. One honey.
One scundered. Oh yeah, that's right. This one needs to be marked as unread.
close to
I
one
opened it by
scunnered.
mistake. Hunter, stunner, downer.
Before I was fully cut off. By Connor.
Yeah.
I was getting to I wanted to say something about how Max was like, you know, in the height of his Guitar Hero era, he realized like, I don't want to do this and I was like, and it just got me thinking about how recently, you know, I've been going through a lot of that, like thinking about like my career and all that kind of stuff, and thinking about like, you know, I've kind of fallen off with drawing and illustrating and stuff like that. I'm like, maybe I should get more into that, and because I've been reading a lot of comics lately, that's been inspiring me, and I guess ultimately that would lead to illustrating comics or something of that, you know, in that direction. But I'm like, do I need to turn my passions into sources of income? You know, do I want to like milk this passion that I have dry for every cent that I can get out of it, and then lose the joy that I find in it? And should I just keep my job and my source of income separate, doing what I do, which is like graphic design and stuff like that, and like printing and packing, you know, trade show flyers and shit like that. But that's just part of it. But I feel like I should, if I keep that separate, then I can come back and do all this other stuff, make videos, draw, do all that stuff on the side, and enjoy that stuff more than if I put everything I had into monetizing that shit. Your thoughts?
Yeah,
I think that's smart, honestly.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the move. I think
people will tell you're a dumbass for not doing that. You know, for not like I mean that's what's his name, Gary V, right?
Well, he's
a psycho.
He's smart.
He's the thing that people that work in business don't understand is just like, it's like, oh, if you don't put a dollar amount on everything that you do, it's just like you're missing out on the opportunity. And it's just like, you don't understand, dude. Like the ceiling for like being an investor or like being a person that just like deals with money and like selling products that aren't like a niche kind of thing. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like the ceiling is way higher for those people. And it's just like, it's not practical. And I think that's kind of the thing that a lot of people our age are realizing now, of just like, I love doing this thing. And I think I'm tired of like only doing it in the context of getting paid. And, you know, finding that adjacent thing that you can do and like not get burnt out on things, and then focus on the thing that you just enjoy doing and actually like give it the attention like that it deserves, which is no expectation, doing it because you want to.
Mm-hmm. If you fuck up, it's not like your income's gone.
And it's fun. Yeah, exactly.
That's what, like, doing like freelance stressed me out. Like doing freelance like album art for guys and stuff, and having a time limit on that, and like coming home from work and having to do that. And even if I didn't have a different job and that was my full-time job, it would still be like, damn, if I fuck this up, that's, you know, my name gets tarnished and I, you know, won't get future gigs and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, maybe I should just stick with what I'm doing, you know, and just draw what I want for fun and do what I want for fun and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, dude, I think you should, man. I think you should definitely draw more and do shit that you enjoy a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
I
agree. I think if you feel like it's gonna wear you down, making that a career of some kind, then you should at least do it because you love it. You know, do it a lot because you love it.
And I feel like the distinction that I think a lot of people are reaching is just like, I'd much rather make this my career on my terms, instead of like making it my career because
trying to
I
chase
need
the industry's validation and
and like, you know, just moving your own goalposts for the sake of like, you know, the ability to say I'm doing this, and it's just like, well, you know, it's like if it's something that you really want, it's like you can take the time to, you know, improve upon it without like making it the only focus in your life. Like music has been kind of like that for me lately. It's just like, you know what, man, I find that the less time I attach an expectation to something, the more fun that I have with it. And there are certain things where it's harder to like go into doing something without an expectation. So I've kind of realized that that's why a lot of people like start new projects and shit like that all the time. It's just like, because when you're starting out and you're starting something, it's like you have no expectation for it, so you just throw shit at a wall, and then it just kind of happens. And then the same thing goes for like work in music. It's just like the more I think about where I want my career to go in like audio, it's just like, well, it's like, do I want to be like, working in a musical environment all the time, or like what does, a corporate kind of gig sound like? It's like, oh shit, what if I just like go work conferences for like, 40 hours a week and just kind of like sit there doing very easy work for decent pay, and then I can actually, instead of being burnt out on music all the time, it's just like, oh, I could just fucking actually want to do music because I've just been listening to fucking people talk about bullshit all day. Instead of just hearing other bands and watching other bands, indulge in the thing that I ultimately want to do.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting part of growth.
That's a lot.
That whole no expectations thing is how I've been feeling playing competitive mode on Valorant.
Nice.
Because you just get your heart broken 6 times when you start playing ranked on that. Because you fucking play a game and then you lose, and you play a game and you lose. Or like you play a game, you win, you lose, you win, you lose, like, and you feel like you're stuck. And then recently I've just won a couple games. And it's been partially because I've just been like, fuck it, I really don't care if I lose. And I just go in and play for fun. And I play way better.
Yeah. It's a,
Dude,
No, I was just going to say I've been playing Demon Souls, and that one's like the oldest Souls games, the oldest Souls game. So it's like the most just annoying, brutal bullshit. So it's just like, you're dying. I'm dying every 30 seconds. And I'm just like, but like the PlayStation is so fast too, because it's on the solid state. So it's just like, oh, I died. Oh, I'm alive again. All right, cool. So it's just like, you get used to it way faster. Just like, oh, fuck, I just lost everything. Oh, well, all right. All right, I kind of expected that to happen, so let's go.
I'm reaching kind of the end of the road on, well, not the end of the road, but like Warzone. Like I still have fun with it, but it's becoming very one note now, And I'm more ready than ever for Halo. Like once that comes out,
I'm so excited.
Gonna be so fully excited. On that. Gonna be fully on.
Like we're gonna be playing so much. We gotta stream some fucking Infinite for like a hot minute. We gotta get on that shit.
Weekly something. You know? Yeah. I mean, every Friday night I'm gonna be on that for.
We're gonna be looking at a new landscape of gaming.
No, I play
when Halo Infinite comes out. That Halo
pack.
I'm
gonna be on that every night. Yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous.
The clap.
Whatever that is, that's Halo.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I watched Fast 9 last night.
Fascinating. That's fascinating. Wow, this motherfucker really laughed at that. You're dumb.
That means you're a stupid dumb asshole.
You stupid dumb moron. No, it was funny.
What did you think, though?
It was funny. I don't regret it.
Did you see it in any sort of deluxe theater, like with motion seats?
I watched it illegally.
Nice. I watched it illegally, actually,
on a pirated site.
With an illegal firearm right next to me.
How? I will not tell you.
It's an illegal firearm placed in my mouth the entire movie.
Oh my god. The whole time I had a loaded gun in my mouth. And someone else had a finger on the trigger.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was. I didn't hear the word family mentioned as much as I thought I would.
Yeah, dude, that meme is stupid as fuck. It's dragged to death.
Fun of that meme is like, or like using that meme is like older than him actually saying it in the movie. Like it's more eye rolling to make a meme about it than if he actually said it in the movie at this point, Yeah. But as quickly as it came, it's gone now. I feel like for the most part.
Yeah, because it did. Well,
I saw a pretty cool edit though, where it was like it was that scene from Endgame where Captain Marvel's like coming through, and she at the end, and she flies through Thanos' spaceship and it destroys it, but it's like Vin Diesel in a car instead.
Oh yeah,
that was kind of cool.
No, just edit. My whole thing with the movie is the fact that they're just like, yeah, let's just put Ludacris in a Fiero and send him to outer space.
Ludacris.
Yeah, it's like let's launch a Pontiac Fiero with Ludacris in it into space, and then they're gonna blow up a satellite. That's the Fast and Furious franchise.
Fiero.
They
Pontiac driven a Pontiac Fiero.
Fiero.
Have you ever driven one in your life?
A Friano.
It'd be pretty. I don't know. It kind of got me like seeing that part in theaters. Like made my hands sweaty because like man, you fuck up and you just start flying into the void of space. Like you'll never be found.
I was so nervous for Ludacris in Fast 9. Dude. I was so nervous because they could have just driven off. They could have just floated, and then we would have never seen him again.
Would have been bad.
I was at the edge of my seat.
You'd never be found in the void of space.
The stakes were too high for Fast 9.
The void of space. You'll never be found. You'll never, ever be found. Captain Kirk explaining space to like his crewmates. If you fly into outer space, you'll never, ever be found.
Does
he actually talk like that? Because that's how they say he does in Family Guy. But I've never watched it. So.
Just a bit. I mean,
just a
just like bits. Captain's log. Okay. We're flying through outer space. Okay. Asteroids. Fucking up the spaceship. The spaceship with damages. Dents. Okay.
Oh my god, there was actually a part in the movie too where the other dude, I don't know what his name was, the other dude who was in outer space was just like
Tyrese Gibson.
Oh, okay, Tyrese Gibson, and he was just like Tyrese, and he was just like, dude, Tyrese Gibson was talking to Ludacris. And was just
That's
like,
what his bullies probably called him.
Tyrese Gibson.
Tyrese Gibson. Open up them cheeks. Let's go. What are you doing, thigh grease? You got the greasiest thighs in school.
Shut up. I'm gonna go to space. Prove
Give me
all
those
you wrong.
greasy thighs. Why are you wearing short shorts at school again, thigh grease? What's his last name? Gibson?
Yeah.
What is this gentleman's real name?
It's his real name.
It's Tyrese Gibson.
Tyrese Gibson.
Yeah.
Thigh grease. Come here.
He was in Transformers.
Thigh grease dribblings.
I don't care if you're wearing Transformers thigh grease. Get over here. Spread those booty cheeks.
He's the guy that's like, he's like, use 405 shells. Bring the rain. And then they like start killing the scorpion guy in the desert.
What was that, Tony?
Bring the rain.
Bring the rain.
Oh,
405 shells.
Use 405 shell. Bring the rain. And then they start killing this scorpion in the desert. It's kind of a cool scene.
But there's a part in Fast 9 where he's just like, man, hear me out. Everywhere we go, everything we do for the however many years, look at me. I've got 12, 15 bullet holes in my shirt. Not a scratch on me. What's the deal? None of us have ever gotten hurt. Like, what's up? And they're all just like, are you saying that's crazy? Or you might just be a dumbass. He's just like,
really?
Yeah, no, they just go meta for a second.
Yeah, they were like
they indulge
implying that they have like superpowers.
He's like,
they're like,
you're saying we're invincible? Yeah, man. Just like, wow.
Sort of powers like Domino from what's her name? From the X-Force. She's got like luck powers where like things just go right for her.
Luck power.
I wish I had that power, honestly.
Yeah.
I really wish I had that power.
Yeah. Ludacris is like,
I wish I had the luck power.
We got to launch into the satellite and destroy it.
Yeah. Well, so they were alluding to that, and then they did fly through the satellite, and you didn't see what happened to them next. So I was like, damn, did they actually die? And like that was kind of like,
and then they were like,
no, spoiler, they didn't die.
no, they're fine.
Spoiler, they didn't fucking die.
Spoiler, nothing bad happens to anyone.
They come across a Chinese satellite, and the astronaut says in Chinese, she goes, "Why do they look like
minions?
Minion?" I'm like,
Those are suits
what
are
the
yellow.
fuck is going on?
I'm telling you, it's pretty fucking ridiculous. It's a fun watch.
What do you guys think? I'm doing like a photo shoot today. Should I get this trimmed up just up to here for now? Or
I kind of like how it's hanging down.
No,
how it looks?
You got a good,
It's like a Roosevelt look.
Yeah. Maybe even out that
there.
left side. You got a little bit of kind of coming down a little bit longer.
This side or this side?
That side.
That's the one you're pointing at.
I see what you're saying.
It's snippy, but it's a good. It's got good overhang.
Trippy, snippy.
Partner.
Yeah, I think I might bring it in just a touch. That's about it.
Just a little bit. Yeah, just like kind of get it like something like this. Get it to like
Charlie Chaplin vibes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that guy.
Charlie Chaplin is who you were talking about. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I was referencing Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, something like I don't know if like something like this.
Yeah, just kind of like grease down, maybe like kind of like bring it in just a little bit.
That, and then maybe just kind of have the hair, like that, maybe. I don't know, just kind of like a My Chemical Romance look.
You know? Yeah, like a just like a nice like clean barber kind of trip look. You know, post lineup situation.
Tony, you have thick ass hair now that I'm looking at you.
Thank you.
You do have a thick head of hair.
No, that was an insult.
Shit.
Don't thank me for that. It was an insult.
I do have thick hair.
Yeah, we fucking got you,
It receded a little bit up here. But
the what?
It's receded like a tiny bit, but like what I have is still pretty,
Yeah.
I feel like
mine's receded. Is this
like
Recession? Is this the Secession on HBO?
I mean, your front looks good. I mean, it looks about the same as mine, right? Like, because it's not like on top of your head. It's still like on the front plane where it begins.
Where it begins.
The frontal plane. Yeah.
Frontal plane.
The frontal plane is where it begins.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if my head was just bald, like just this, but everything else. If I just had a horseshoe with all this shit, I would look insane.
Yeah,
I'm trying to imagine it.
Yeah, just straight down the middle. The reverse.
I look
undercut.
like a samurai.
Yeah, give it the reverse undercut.
I feel like you just like got a haircut too to have like a nice fade, but I guess your hair just grows really fast.
It grows very quickly. Yes.
Quick grower.
Quick grower, not a shower. Right.
This is a month.
Let's get into some of these questions, fellas. What do you think?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. This comes from Seth. I'm sure we've probably read the same person's question, like multiple people's questions multiple times. I'm sure by now. Like five. This email box is just 5 people. They keep sending questions.
Well, that's just fine.
But I'm just saying it's funny. But I'm just saying that's funny.
But I'm saying.
Agree with me.
Just.
Yeah. Hey guys, a little bit of a broad. This comes from Seth. Hey guys, a little bit of a broad question, but I was curious about your personal experiences with how you have developed your worldviews, opinions, and political standings. Oh, here we go. Are there any attitudes or ways of thinking that you've grown out of as you've moved through adulthood? Have you become more or less cynical, more or less conservative, or discovered a larger philosophy that informs your positions on things?
Well, it's hard to age.
That is a super broad question.
Yeah, it's hard to age without becoming more cynical, or to grow.
I don't
like a healthy skepticism.
Personally, cynicism meaning like you
from
expect
childhood
people
to where we are now. From now to like when we're older, I wouldn't say like you're guaranteed to become more cynical, but just like transitioning from someone that lives under parents to your own person.
You might be right.
Yeah.
There might be a little bit more cynicism
if you're not, then
there was before.
Then you're clearly missing out on some stuff.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't think of myself as a cynical person. Or I try not.
You sure?
What? Shut up. I don't think you know what cynical means. Like cynical's like, you know, kind of soulless a little bit. It's like full despair in a certain way. To me, it's like you're
nihilism.
Yeah, it's like, but in like a negative fashion,
like skepticism.
Yeah, skepticism is a different thing. Skepticism doesn't mean you like cynicism is like an outlook thing. Cynicism is like you think people are just inherently bad and they like, you know, are gonna fuck you over and that life is just inherently bad and like all that. Like that's cynicism.
I mean, well, that's a cynical about life, but you can be cynical about specific things, right?
I guess
cynicism, an inclination to believe that people are motivated purely by self-interest.
Right, so you were cynical about like, you know, capitalism or the United States government, or I'm just using examples. But
sure, but I don't even think that's cynicism. That's just kind of like rational observation.
English language is fucking sick, dude.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get too bogged down on the cynicism thing. What was the rest of what he asked?
I don't know. It was just like, how did you get your entire viewpoint in life?
How have you grown?
I don't really want to like just do a prompt and talk about myself that way, I guess right now.
How did you develop as a person fully?
Let me just say, let's put it this way. The older you get, the more you realize that you are not the main character. And you have to figure that out. And you have to, I'm not saying like, oh, that's something that everyone deals with. It's just like, you know, you figure it out at a certain point. I feel like a lot of growth is dependent on realizing that like there's an entire world around you and you've got to figure out your place in it according to you. Like, and that's kind of really a big part of it. Not to use it as a broad thing, but I'd say that's vague enough to where you can kind of imprint how I think
that's well said, though.
Our situations are.
Not being the main character is definitely a healthy mindset.
Yeah.
For the youngins to adopt.
Yeah, because especially that's something that I've struggled with just because of like the media that I consumed a lot growing up. It was like very self-indulgent and very like, you know, underdog story, whatever the fuck kind of thing. So it's just like, yeah, kind of parting with that narrative that, you know, U.S. media pushes on us of that like hyper individualism. I feel like that's just been a big part of my personal growth.
Absolutely. The internet and social media doing that also to us.
Exactly. It's an interesting like progression of like human thought and how we perceive each other. And like, I don't know. It's with society, man.
Right.
We live in it.
Yeah, Tony, I don't know. You have anything to say? Because I got another question we can read.
Oh man, I don't know. I guess I guess the most important like revelation I've had, you know, growing up is that you should spend. Though I mean, you might not everyone is the best judge of this or knows what they want, but you should spend as much of your time doing just like what you enjoy and not getting wrapped up in a lot of stuff. But that's kind of a loaded statement, I guess, because like that's not to say it's necessarily right to shut off the outside world and not pay attention to other people's struggles and try and help in that regard, but just spend less time doing.
Try to spend as much time doing what you enjoy as possible.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you don't owe it to anyone, though, to like help anyone else out or be involved in world politics. Like, you didn't ask to be born, but I guess if you are a naturally good, selfless person, maybe at some point you'll want to involve yourself in like world affairs and helping people and all that kind of stuff. But you don't owe it to anyone to, I guess. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone necessarily like. I mean, I think it's a perspective thing.
Mm-hmm. It is a very vague question. You're right. It's very like so many like
there are 14,000 different ways to go.
Yeah. So
it's like, hey, can you condense the human condition into like a quick soundbite? But
this is
thanks for the question.
But thanks for listening. Yes, thank you.
This next one, I like the subject line. It says, "Y'all fucking rock" /question. This comes from Nathan. What's good, fellas? My friends and I have been really digging your show, and I just want to say this is from July 12th. I just want to say that your podcast fucks pretty damn hard. Insert boom noise here. It really, I'm not going to do that, but I just wanted to read that. It really starts my week off in the best way possible. I'm 25 and getting ready to move in with my girlfriend and start a new job. Maybe it's a quarter-life crisis, but it feels like life is moving a little faster than I can keep up, and it's hard to get ahead. My question for the three of you boys is, how do you guys manage your stress and anxiety in these troubling times? Thanks for the laughs and the awesome content. Nathan. That's a great question. I jerk off a lot. That helps. Little working out won't hurt.
Definitely that one. Yeah, I think also another thing about growing up is coming to terms with the fact that people that eat well and work out are right. Like they're right.
Yeah, but what are you, dumb? Like you didn't think they were right at some point?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Everyone has their own methods of like talking themselves into bad behavior and like bad habits and shit. And it's just like, and then there are times where you kind of sit back and wonder, it's like, fuck, why do I feel like shit? And then you're like, oh, that's probably 90% the reason why.
Right.
That's but
my sugar levels are like a fucking roller coaster going up and down.
Yeah, I've been trying to cut out processed sugar and it's been that way as well. But yeah, like working out, listening to music, smoking weed.
I would confirm that all the health and because like I'm in the best shape of my life. I work out almost every day, eat really healthy, and I would confirm that is like a huge thing. But like looking back, towards the end of college and then the year between when I graduated and moved here and started my being super healthy, I was like, 50 pounds heavier, but I didn't really have anxiety or depression or anything like that. So
yeah,
I'm not really a great person to come to for advice on this because I've always had I just like have a grasp on the gravity of every situation, I feel like, and I never like let it overwhelm me,
Mm-hmm.
It's like a super basic, so say someone's like in college, like I'd be, someone would be freaking out about an exam. That very same exam, I would be like, if I thought I wasn't going to do well on it, I'd be like, you know what? It's okay though. It's just a speck of dust in the universe. That kind of, that's a very basic way to like, and obviously my thought process has evolved since then, but I've always been able to like rationalize situations and not get like all like panic attacky about anything,
Mm-hmm.
Just through being calm and level headed and rational, I think.
Yeah. Like I would think so.
Yeah. There's an episode of this podcast that's called Somehow No Anxiety, I think. It's you talking about how you just don't even know what anxiety is.
I feel like I've had like anxiety about specific things. I don't know for sure though, to be honest. I feel like I haven't at the same time because some people just describe it and I'm like, they're like, yeah, it can be this condition and then like this can be it. I'm like, geez, like no, nothing ever like bothers me that much. Like the things that would bother me that much would be like, like a loved one died. Like I'd be very sad about that. But like I'm not, but like feeling that level of emotion about like day-to-day stress,
God.
It's like
like for example, if somebody died that I loved, I would probably feel sad about that.
I would feel great. I would feel something, right?
I think I would feel what do they call that? Sadness?
Emotion.
Probably.
Well, what do you like describe like feeling stressed or feeling?
Well, I just think I probably have generalized anxiety disorder at this point. I think. And what are the symptoms of that,
and how do you deal with it? Because like that's what I'm saying is I'm not the best person.
I don't know, just like working out and
just kind of identifying triggers
and doing breathing exercises and shit like that.
But I'm saying what
things that are generally good for your mental health, probably.
Right. No, I know what you do. I guess you got to say what you do. But like, what is it like experiencing that? Just like having racing thoughts.
It's just not even. It could just be like you just feel a general blanket
sense of dread,
of concern and like worry. Like you're like anxiety is like everything you look at makes you feel bad. Basically, that's what anxiety.
Or like
is.
For me, it's just like something will just trigger like a thought of just like, oh shit, I'm thinking about that now. Oh fuck.
Yeah, and it's like
that's dread. Yeah,
thought that is stupid, but you're just thinking about it.
Yeah, or it's something that like you shouldn't feel bad about, but then you start feeling bad about it, and then you like, and it's just like a thing that's totally normal. Created. Like, oh, I have this thing to do. Fuck. Oh shit, I need to do more of that, or like that kind of thing. A lot of it is productivity.
That happens to me when I think about like my hard drives and my data and like where shit is. Like, because I have like this hard drive, I have that hard drive. Like that one's formatted to a Mac, but I have this PC, but I have Google Drive. Like that, all that shit stresses me out for some reason, and I'll just fixate on it. And it'll just be one of those types of thoughts. But
so for that, I would just. I mean, I
would just not.
Yeah, I would just take care of it. I would just take care of it.
Well, do that. Just pick a weekend and attack. That's what I do for stuff like that. Where
but you're a fucking moron. Like you don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about when you're just sitting doing something, you don't have time to do other shit, and something you don't have time to actually worry about because it's not worth worrying about makes you fucking deathly worried out of nowhere or something.
It's like the people that wake up on Saturday.
Don't know what that is.
It's like it's just like it's like one day every 3 months I will be that guy who wakes up on Saturday morning and is just like, you know what? I'm going to do everything on my to-do list in the first 4 hours of my day.
Tony, it could not be like self-improvement shit. It could just be made up scenarios in your head of shit that could happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like you're just so like your brain is like, wow, imagine if that happened.
Yeah.
Imagine if that happened.
It's like where your brain just constantly gives you reasons to not do something. Like I think that's a really good way to put it.
Well,
you don't have. That's
that's sorry, good. I don't have it. That's good. Well, but I guess
that's why you're such an enjoyable, nice guy to be around.
Exactly.
Because you're not very anxious. You're a calming presence.
Yeah, because it's just like, Tony's chilled out. Yeah, I need to chill out.
Yeah, you're like a fucking therapy dog. For real. You really are. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But it's just identify what happens.
That was a good question, though.
It was a good question. And the answer is figured out.
Yes, thank you for the question.
The answer is figured out.
No, just identify what triggers you and just try to avoid it. And compartmentalize shit and work out and pet an animal if you can.
Work out and eat healthy.
Pet Tony.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
Go to Tony's house and just do a couple of these.
I have fluffy hair.
And then you'll be fine.
If y'all are down, I'm on kind of a time crunch. I'll be down in the Epi right now.
Sure,
if that works for y'all.
48. We got 2 good questions in. And
sure.
Yeah, dude. I appreciate that question.
Absolutely.
Yo, if you guys are listening, sorry for the short ep this week, but we do other longer eps you can listen to.
Oh, but real quick,
fucking 95 of them. Yeah.
R.I.P. Joseph Jordanson.
Oh fuck, we almost didn't get to that.
Yeah. R.I.P. Joey.
Yes, absolutely. That's why I wore this.
Yeah, dude. That was fucking sad. Not to just like be like, all right, guys, let's be fucking sad now. See ya. But like. No, just got shout
drummer
out.
of Slipknot, if you didn't know.
Far too young.
Shout out the man.
Former drummer.
Yeah.
Well, he's dead, Tony. Yes.
Yes.
No, but they kicked him out a while ago.
They did.
Tony was like, "That's right. You're fucking loser, mate."
Shout out the man.
Fuck you, mate.
The god.
Fuck you. Don't fight. Joey wouldn't like that.
Joey.
Anyways, but for real, that's just sad. Died of MS. 46. Really sad. Fuck. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. And like I said, if you're listening, please subscribe on YouTube.
Please do.
That. And you can join our Discord. Link is in the description.
Please do that too.
As well. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Peace.